everyone, welcome to my channel again. Today we are talking about blending methods. So here is actually my original sketch, and this is the photo I chose for this week. And hopefully I will be showing you all the techniques. If you want the full video, step-by-step video of this tutorial, please visit my Patreon site, and it is in the explanations part in my video. Also, today I will show you in this video about a little bit of more about light and the shadows. Let me show you what I have here for blending. And this is my new baby. Actually, I just bought it, so I will share where I got this from, and the link in the section again, the explanation section in my video. So these are the blending pencils, stumps, basically blending stumps. There are different sizes, but I really need the small ones for the eyes, and it comes with a kneaded eraser, which is neat. And for blending, I will need other materials as well, and I'm gonna explain what I need. This is, for example, for the small areas, you can also use these Q-tips. Q-tips are great for, again, eyes or small lines. For brushes though, if you have a small brush and a big brush, maybe number 8 and number 2, that would be great to again blend, especially charcoals. I have this set of the brushes. You don't need to have this whole set, but it is very helpful to have it if you're gonna join me in watercolor tutorials as well. What else I have here for blending? Let me look. Okay, so another way to blend is by tissue or paper towel or even toilet paper to blend the large areas such as skin or hair. This is also another new baby. It's a charcoal set from General's set. I shared the link in the explanations part. If you're interested in buying, this is great, guys. It's really high quality. I'm enjoying it, to be honest. There are white charcoals as well, and then soft, medium, and hard charcoal, General charcoals. And you can see HP, 2B, and 5B as well in the series. The white ones are also good to have in terms of putting the lighter parts in. And this part is sealed, of course, because the compressed charcoal blocks really leave a lot of stain behind. It makes a mess. I'll show you how it looks. This is a charcoal block, and look at my hand now. Woohoo! So make sure that actually you clean your hand with a wet towel afterwards so that you don't smudge it. This eraser is pretty high quality too, to be honest. I was not expecting that. And the white charcoal, which is actually not a charcoal, but it's called charcoal. Anyhow, you can also use that one too. I'm cleaning my hand now because it's a mess. Look at that. I just touched it for a second. See, this is why you need to be really clean and being careful with charcoal, because it really smudges very easily. And of course I have my graphite pencils here. I'm gonna tell you which numbers I'm using in a second. I'm not gonna use the whole set. Thankfully, that will be a lot. And I want to warn you guys that I kind of moved this picture a lot and the sketch, but in my next videos I'm going to tape it down so that you can actually easily see all the sides. Now let me show you which pencils I'm using. So I'm using the 4H graphite pencil for the lighter shades, and 2H as well. And I have 4B, and I have 6B graphite pencil, and I'm gonna use extra soft, but you can use only soft as well if you don't have extra soft charcoal pencil. So now I want to show you, do you see the lips, for example? But before the lips, actually, you see the whole skin. I just want to match my pencil colors with what I see on the left in the reference photo. So this was my 4H. Now 4H left on my paper a value that is very similar to the lightest tone on the reference photo, and this one is a little bit darker. The 2H one I tried, it's better for those under the eye parts, or just a little bit more middle tones to light tones kind of transition. So this is my 2B. It's much darker. So these darker places, for 2B is great for, you see maybe those dark areas, and under the nose, or on the cheek you see some darker tones. Those are great. And 6B is the darkest one I have. While with the soft charcoal, I'm aiming this very dark black areas, the hair, between the eyebrow and the eye, underneath the lips. So these are where I'm gonna use the soft charcoal at. So now I know my pencils and I know these colors. I'm ready to go because I know what to apply first. Try to apply the lightest tones first before the dark one. I'm ready with my paper towel as well for blending. I always start with on the left side of the paper and with the eyes. I don't know why. Maybe it's just I don't know, tradition, let's say. And also I don't want to smudge everything, so I think it makes sense to go in a counterclockwise direction. But it's of course my choice, and I jump a lot. If I get bored in one area, I might jump to the hair. Well, I never jump the hair. Hair is the last one anyway. But you can always switch where you start from. Okay, now I'm ready to go. I'm grabbing my 4H pencil, and without pressing it, very lightly, I'm coloring non-white areas in the eye. So you can see on the left, the eye that I'm right now filling in, there are some white spots. I'm trying to avoid those spots as much as possible. Now I'm going to blend it. So blending is very important because it makes it more realistic. It makes the boundaries or borders much softer, just as in reality. Blending in. So I grabbed my 2H pencil, which is a little bit darker, a little bit like much softer than 4H pencil. I'm putting in all these slightly darker areas in the eye. As you can see in the white of the eye. The white of the eye is never white. It's always light gray in your drawings too. Don't leave them just as white. If possible. Now I'm blending all those little bit darker shades into the lighter ones. I'm trying to work as clean as possible while I'm doing this. Now I grabbed my charcoal pencil, and you will see why I grabbed this soft charcoal pencil, because it leaves very dark values. But before I actually go in with my charcoal, I think I decided to make sure my white areas are clear, because once I touch there with my charcoal pencil, it's very hard to erase it. Don't worry, you erase it, but it doesn't look that good. So I am bordering all the eyeball area, because you can see she has a very dark ring actually. Okay, good, looking good. Let me make it centered so you can see much easily. So human eye is very interesting, and it's beautiful as it is, but all these little channels, I would say, or vein looking things that going towards your iris, it's very unique, if you say. And it's very fun to draw that detail for me, because it's the one that gives the reality to the eye. I'm trying to be true as much as possible to my reference photo. If you have this photo on your laptop, or doesn't matter, in your phone or iPad, try to zoom in, try to get as many details as possible and put them in just as you saw it. Okay, looks good. You know, the middle part is pretty dark, but before I go into the middle, I want to blend these in as well, because then it will look more realistic. By the way, guys, your painting or drawing will not look good until maybe the 75% of the whole drawing, so don't feel like you ruined it, or don't feel like it's not going anywhere. It's just at one stage of the drawing it looks horrible. Nothing looks perfect from the beginning. So as you can see, the remaining charcoal on my blending stump, I use it for the lower border of the eye too, because you know, I don't want to waste that charcoal. Look, I used it as if it was a pencil. Look, perfect. Normally I'll blend in circles with this blending stump, but for the iris part, I did it like in linear strokes. Now I can go in and then put the darkest spots in with my soft charcoal pencil. Soft charcoal pencil, and I'm leaving purposely, as you can see, the white areas blank. These white parts are actually the shines, right? Like the light shines and reflects from your eye, through your eye. And this part is, again, one of the key points that why it looks realistic. So you have to keep them as same as what it looks like on the original reference photo. Again, I'm adding back those details. Okay. Okay, so now it's ready, but of course, not ready. We're gonna work on it a lot more. But I'm ready to go now and make the eye lines more obvious. Here I see a very dark spot, and I'm gonna just color it really black. It's important to be careful and slow with your charcoal pencils, because as I said, it's kind of more difficult to erase them from the paper. And you're not in a rush, you're enjoying your art, so just take the time. Now I got my thinner, smaller blending stump, and now I am blending all these black areas. I am always looking at my reference photo. Okay. So in here, you can see different shades of gray. And on top of the eye, we have this little line right here. I'm using the excessive charcoal from there. Getting inside the eye with my 4H pencil again, and I'm blending it in, all in, with a clean, that's important, with a clean Q-pick. Okay, this looks good for now, but of course we're gonna come back to it later. I want to show you other blending techniques as well, as much as possible. Before I go to the other parts, you can see under the chin, you see this part which is pretty dark. So I'm gonna show you how to blend there. I'm having my soft charcoal pencil, and I'm with very fine strokes. I'm not pressing my pencil, I'm not holding it really tight, I'm just coloring here. So far I showed you how to blend with Q-picks, and then also the blending stumps. Now I'm showing you how to blend it with a tissue. As you can see, for large areas, tissue is the best option. It blended in very beautifully. Now let me show you how you can use the brush for blending. I'm taking the excessive charcoal from the neck part, and I am applying on the cheek. Or you can have another piece of paper and you put your soft charcoal pencil in and get the excessive charcoal and use it on your drawing paper, just like putting on a makeup. So brushes are pretty good in fine areas like this, by the nose, on the cheek, under the nose, under the eyes. Those middle tones, middle to light tones, they are great for brushes actually. Now I showed you all the blending techniques that I know, and I'm gonna continue this drawing. And if you want to have the full video, step-by-step video, which is 2 hours and 40 minutes, well, we've been on this for 20 minutes, so 2 hours and 20 minutes more, then you can go to my Patreon website, which is in the explanations part below, patreon.com/ecegürler, my name and last name. So if you go to that website, then you can see whole step-by-step real-time video to draw with me. All the materials I used in this video I shared in the explanation description section down below. So please make sure that if you want to buy, these materials, you can buy from there or similar products, whatever you choose to do. But I hope it helps you at least to have an idea. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe my channel on YouTube. I share many tips there, and definitely I post something on Tuesdays and Thursdays for sure, and even more as much as I can. And you should follow me on social media, because I share sometimes different content there, on Pinterest especially. All these pencils, I gave you some tutorials before about the pencils, differences between charcoal and graphite, and what is 2H, what is 4B, what is 2B. You can find them again on this link that I'm going to provide you right now on the screen, or I'm going to share them again in the explanations part, so you can click on those links and check out my other videos. So all these pencils that I used today, 4B, 6B, 2H, 4H, and the soft charcoal pencil, was all the materials I used for drawing. And for blending, I used, as you know, the Q-picks, all these blending stumps. I used my tissue. It was basically a paper towel, piece of paper towel, I used my brush. Mostly I used my bigger brush today. Sometimes you might have to use the smaller one. And I used my eraser as well, and I try to do my blending techniques by writing on a different paper with charcoal. So today we looked at the blending methods, and also we did a gorgeous woman portrait. Try to show you the lighter areas like this, and I tried to show you some tips about how to make them look lighter by using your eraser pencil. And also I show you how to give those highlights in the eye section and those reflection areas. We used our eraser, as well as the hair, eyebrows, and also eyelashes as well. So drawing is really fun, guys. We just have to dedicate our time, be patient, and keep learning, because there's so much to learn, there's so much to improve, but you will see that as you practice more, you will be learning much more. So for these lighter parts, I used 4H, such as eye and the skin, the lightest skin color, and I used 2H for a little bit darker areas, such as the ones that in the lip. And for my charcoal, for my 4B and 6B and charcoal pencils, I used mostly the eye areas and the hair, because they are the darkest. I used actually my charcoal block for the hair area because it's easier to color in black. It's much quicker, it saves me time, so that's why I use those two. My paper was medium surface tooth. It's stressed more, and I'm gonna use the link down below as well. So if you want to learn which paper I used, you can see it there. It's 9 to 12 dimensions. Oh yeah, white charcoal too. I used white charcoal pencil as well, and I'm gonna add that in the description below. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. We will definitely, oh yes, forgot to tell you, don't forget that, okay, you're cleaning your hand because you have lots of charcoal in your hand, but please make sure that you don't touch your paper with wet hands, because then you can actually damage your paper, just the one in below, you see it right here. I am really enjoying doing drawing with you guys, and the next time I will be showing you on a different paper. I'm going to use vellum paper, and you will see that it looks much more different on a different paper than it is in this one. So I hope to see you guys soon in my next video. Please subscribe in my YouTube channel, and I will see you soon. Bye.